Assalamu alaikum. Ships are always mentioned when it comes to pollution. Of course, they're the vehicles that carry this fuel and keep burning it. Now, we're going to look at the other side, the workshop side, although very large workshop, but then we are also a contributor. We have to do so many operations to carry out various kind of activities on vessels, and their downtime is basically the exciting time for shipyards, but pollution is a fact of life. First of all, international shipping community has to reduce their emissions. There has been so much about the regulations, and the regulations are getting tougher, and I think it's an obligation because sustainability currently is not only a word that we used to like to mention in panels like this, but it is a fact of life, and it's something that is driving many of the decisions in the industry. Shipyards, on the other hand, worldwide, had to be up to speed. Everything that happens and any requirement, shipyards have to gear themselves up with all kinds, of course, of system and instrumental suppliers to make sure they can deliver the requirement changes and alterations to the international fleet. Shipyards have to be considerate to others and also to themselves. When I say to others, it's the shipping world. And to themselves, it's something which can get easily neglected, and shipyard will continue doing their operations in old-fashioned ways. And to be honest, it's not only damaging to the environment, but it's also costly. We had a recent shift in ASRI, and for those who don't know ASRI, it was made via decision in 1974 by the oil-producing Arab countries, and most of those are still owning the shares of the company. 77, the first ship came in, and since then, it's been evolving to make sure that it always maintains its place as one of the leading shipyards in the region. A year ago, there was a shift in the strategy. Bahrain, a small kingdom, but with huge ambitions when it comes to maritime, and it's been restricted for a long period. And what happened is that we decided to reinvent ourselves. And there are so many strengths that this yard has, which many others don't. And basically, we're going into an evolution. And the evolution itself has sustainability at the heart of everything that we're doing. Now, when we come to, this slide just goes over things which many of you know. So many things have to be done to vessels. There are hydrodynamic alterations, and a lot of them are done by the strength of engineering, either at the owner's side or at the shipyard. We are blessed with a big engineering team, and what's happening is that a lot of those are carried on vessels. Others where systems have to be fitted, and thirdly, of course, there's the alterations to the type of fuels that will be used on vessels. It's always a very difficult decision for ship owners, and we consider how tough it is, either for new builds or for current vessels. But again, having shipyards which are ready to carry out those, and as we've seen from the presentation from Dr. Ibrahim, sustainability pays. And we become much more excited when we see that the commercial gain is present, and we are commercial entities after all. It just drives into adoption of solutions much faster. This gives numbers of the types and the numbers of projects that have been done. I think what's missing from the list is that thanks to our partners Aramco, we are doing hybrid conversions of ships, the likes of Maersk and the seagoing container vessels. We're doing the AMPs, so that they suit the vessels when they reach the ports that demand those kind of alternate marine power. I want to focus, because I know I have only 5 minutes of fame, I want to focus on the shipyard itself. And initiatives we take are similar to any other major industrial establishment, and they've been good, they're incremental, and we like to show them off. But to be honest, the gain itself is quite small. So again, part of this whole evolution, a year ago we decided, what about if we become 100% green. If we become I think when it started, I was hoping for the regions, but it seems it's the world. We have the data, and we said there was a project where we drive 50% of our power requirement through solar, and we said, why not 100%? So we're running out of land, although ASRI is more than 3 million square meters, but we have a channel. And this is why we have launched recently the ASRI Solar. I hope it's this one. And what that would generate? That would generate 100% the requirement. The project has been launched 2 weeks ago. Mobilization has started this week. Within 16 months, both phases, 1 and 2, will be 100% completed. It will give ASRI 100% of its power generation, absolutely no dependent on the conventional power grid, apart from, of course, some of the chunk of the power that we make in the morning. We have to circulate it through the power grid and get it at night, for obvious reasons, of course. This is not a battery system, and it will, I strongly believe, it becomes much more attractive. We are saving $2 million just by offsetting the cost of electricity itself, and of course, we heard one of the gentlemen speaking, you can convert that into very attractive figures of how much carbon we're saving. But the key thing is that, seriously, if a ship owner, and especially the ones who have the larger fleets, it must be really attractive that their downtime when they're doing their repairs, it is in a shipyard where they know that their impact on the environment is drastically reduced through alternative power sources or even the other initiatives in their operations. Thank you very much. Thanks to TMS for the invite, and I wish you all a successful event. Thank you.